Welcome to the Ultrahuman experience. This session is free for you for the complete experience. Please download the Ultrahuman app.
Hello, my name is Nemo Furvant, and tonight we're going to take a journey to the Museum of Modern Art in New York City to enter the magical world of Van Gogh's Starry Night. As we step into one of the most beloved oil paintings in the world, like the artist, you may allow yourself to escape anxiety and daily concerns by diving deep into the fantasy and wonder of the landscape he created. And as you are listening, you may think of my voice as that of a trusted friend and guide who is here to help you unlock the unlimited potential of your own imagination before drifting across the delicate bridge between your waking and dreaming life. Get cozy and feel safe right now as you rest upon your bed. Let your tired eyelids feel heavy and rest upon your eyes. This special experience is made just for you, and you may let go of my voice at any point if sleep feels right. In this time for relaxation, take in a very deep breath and let that breath become a yawn, and then sigh it out and let it go. Your body is heavy like lead as you sink deeper and deeper down into the support of your bed. Take in another deep breath that expands your body to its fullest, and then sigh it all out. Now, you are ready to embark on our journey to the Starry Night. You visualize your breath appearing like mist before your face on a cool winter's evening in New York. Walking with the fast tempo of a city dweller, you hear your shoes tap against the sidewalk on an otherwise quiet street. Rain causes the pavement to glisten and reflects back the city light of Midtown. Specks of mica within the sidewalk are like pockets of glitter that catch your eye. And for a moment, you find yourself focused on this glimmer of magic in the mundane, tapping into a skill used by artists and visionaries. Beneath the safety of an oversized umbrella, you are wearing a grey trench coat that cinches your waist like a tight hug and keeps your body dry. Traffic is sparse as it is late at night, and a yellow taxi speeds over a deep puddle, and the water splashes upon the sidewalk and cascades near your feet. You walk with enthusiasm, for you have received special access to the Museum of Modern Art long after closing time, and you look forward to the dry, safe refuge that the museum offers. There is no place you would rather be than within its clean and expansive white rooms and high ceilings. Just thinking of this respite conjures feelings of being warm and dry and safe. As you cross 6th Avenue on 53rd Street, you look to the north to see the dark expanse that is Central Park. It appears like a gloomy shadowland with two-toned clouds of plum black and a silvery gleam, illuminated by city lights that hit their puffy underbellies. The turbulence of the clouds above makes you think of Van Gogh's painting and how he may have seen the night when he picked up his paintbrush and went to work. Inhaling audibly and then exhaling, the condensation of your breath appears like a delicate fog. You are but steps away from an unmarked entrance of the Museum of Modern Art. As you walk, trying to stay dry and avoid the puddles, you feel gratitude for your ability to balance on these slick sidewalks, where streams of rainwater now flow. The gently flowing streams create a reflective canvas where you see yourself in an altered form upon ripples of water. You approach the series of reflective steel doors that serve as a secret entrance to the museum, reserved for special guests. Normally brilliant, the halls are now dark and dimly lit by soft floodlights. The museum feels like an untouched discovery. The ventilation system hums as your heels click against the newly waxed floor and echo through the cavernous room. You come to the iconic stairs of MoMA that float upwards and zig and zag against the white walls like an undone zipper, and walk up to the 5th floor. You feel grateful for the dry, warm air as the sounds of thunder and lightning rumble and crack outside. Gliding up, one step at a time, you feel a sense of intrigue and mystery on this rainy night, on a mission to have a moment of solitude with Van Gogh's Starry Night. While the painting is often the center of attention on the most bustling of days, tonight you're able to take in its splendor, free of the energy and chaos of tourists and children crowding the painting. It almost feels as if the painting is waiting for you and beckoning you to come say hello. You approach the final set of stairs, feeling your heart has increased in tempo as your breathing has increased in depth. You sigh audibly, hearing your voice carry through the corridor that is otherwise silent as you walk into the room that houses Van Gogh's acclaimed masterpiece. The home of Starry Night is a sparse white wall where the mid-sized painting appears small in comparison from afar. And you can make it out, even in the dimly lit museum, with the brilliant yellow stars coming to life with their familiar glow that are as brilliant as fireflies in summer, taking flight above blades of green grass. You stand still for a moment to take this all in. You relish and wish to savor every second of this special tree. How tranquil it feels to be here alone. And yet, even in solitude, you feel as if you are meeting an old friend that you have known so long that you cannot even imagine a time without this friend in your life. Taking in another breath, you proceed towards the painting, and with each step, feel yourself becoming humble and gracious, feeling almost shy, with an anticipation that something is bound to happen. But deep down, you realize how much you deserve this special moment, and cast away any sensation that doesn't feel happy and nourishing. And while you're alone, it feels as if there is another energy in the room with you, beckoning you to the starry night. You approach the oil painting, and your eyes become dreamy, getting as close as you desire to admire each intricate swirl and stroke of blue and grey and green and yellow. People travel all over the world for a moment to see this landscape up close. And here you are, able to take it in for as long as you desire. And you sense the energy of Van Gogh, as if he too is in the room, looking upon you. You imagine he would be moved to know how deeply you feel a well of emotions when you look at his painting. While in this world, he lived with great internal strife, which fueled the need to work his emotions out upon the canvas. And while it offered personal expression and release, his art received criticism at a time when realism was celebrated and his works were considered childlike. You connect with the spirit of Van Gogh, sensing him in the corner of the room and witnessing the joy that comes to your face, noticing, as any artist would, the light that sparkles in your eyes when they meet the swirling, colorful lines of the starry night sky. Painted in the final year of Van Gogh's life, it was in this year that he created his most beloved works. While convalescing and looking out the window of Saint Paul upon the commune of Saint-Rémy-de-Provence in France. Alone in the museum, feeling his presence gives you a sense of contentment that he may in some way know the impact his work has made. That he may see how you cannot look to starry night without feeling something that stirs deep within you in the place where love and hope and yearning reside. The painting, mid-sized in stature, seems small from afar. The white wall upon which it hangs is stark and vast and rises high above you. But the closer you get, the larger the painting becomes, until you are close enough to reach out and touch it. And suddenly, Starry Night appears almost larger than life. You hear the muted sound of thunder rolling through the cavernous streets of Manhattan, while you are engrossed in the painting, sensing a change in the air, as if the whispers of Van Gogh come to you, inviting you to join his work. References over time have been made to Van Gogh's religious upbringing and the 11 oversized stars he cast in brilliant shades of yellow have been connected to the book of Genesis. The passage is about Joseph, who was considered a dreamer. Then he dreamed still another dream and told it to his brothers, saying, "Look, I have dreamed another dream, and this time the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowed down to me." And looking into the swirling daffodil-hued stars, you feel their hypnotic effect and how, on the darkest of nights, it is the light that catches your attention. Many believe the dark cypress tree represents Van Gogh reaching towards the stars in the hope that they may bow down to him with the recognition he urgently sought. Studying the tree, the oil painting begins to blear, like sidewalk chalk on city pavement, melting in the rain. It swirls towards you and becomes three-dimensional, like a hologram. The dark cypress tree, exaggerated in its looming presence, now points outwards, like fingers, reaching out for you in a come-is motion. And while this seems peculiar and beyond reason, you are drawn in and feel a magnetic pull as you extend your hands towards the painting. You feel trusting and surrender to this surreal moment, and you feel as if Van Gogh is gently patting you on the back from behind, urging you to step forward. And you do, as the willowy fingers of the cypress tree grasp the fabric of your trench coat, and it begins to morph from a solid blue twill into brushstrokes of sapphire and teal. You are being ushered into the painting and feel a tingling sensation from head to toe. You feel alive and so very aware of the sensations in your fingers and toes, the crown of your head and the beat of your heart as you dive into the painting, floating down, 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 as the cypress tree returns to its stature and releases you from its grasp. You find yourself floating gently down from the swirling blue sky until you land upon the grounds of Saint-Rémy de Provence in the 19th century as captured by Van Gogh. You are suddenly standing next to the cypress tree that looms overhead like a whimsical evergreen skyscraper towards the swirling stars and midnight blue sky. The air is so clean, smelling of lavender fields that marry the salty air that travels upon the Mistral wind from the Mediterranean Sea. The Mistral winds, as captured by the motions of the clouds, are key to creating the climate in Provence. You imagine how these winds may have influenced Van Gogh as he looked upon the landscape. But for the sound of this wind, the world is quiet, in a time and place without electronic devices and the constant hum of the modern world. It takes you a moment to adjust as you feel your feet upon the rolling grass that flows in waves. You look down to see, in addition to your trench coat, your body has changed as well. You run your hand upon your coat and on your face. The textured brushstrokes feel as if you are running your hands upon the threads of an unbraided rope. You become conscious of the energy flowing through your person and the patterns created by the hand of Van Gogh. Immersed in this painting, you feel as if you are within a dream. How fitting it is to feel this way at a time of the night that the surrounding landscapes reflects. And in this new form your body takes, you feel fluid and boundless in motion. You feel a calling to explore. From the ground, you look up to the cypress tree that looms largely before the town, its tips reaching like slender fingers, aiming to touch the glowing stars. You reach your hands towards the sky as well. The strokes of blue sky appear like floating azure seagrass in an incoming tide. This is a familiar texture you are discovering now. The painting has come to life around you. There is a softness and an ethereal grace that smooths away the reality of the world that it depicts, and it allows your imagination to flow along. Like the tree, you feel one with swirling clouds and stand sturdy against the wisps and shades of blues and greys and pale yellows of the starry sky. The village feels deeply settled in the comforts of night and rest, And yet, the air is tinged with a hint of anticipation of the new morning on its way, as the sensation of early dew and mist is palpable. Even in the dark of night, lightness prevails, and you reflect on the symbolism of this all. For even in your own times, faced with dark and looming thoughts that keep you from peace and sleep, you may still seek out the light. Opening yourself to the adventures to come within the imaginative parts of your mind, you are ready to explore with Van Gogh as your guide. You hear him whisper, "For my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream." With his words echoing through your silent mind, you look up to the 11 oversized stars that remind you of Golden Medallion and envision your own dreams cast against the famous sky. The soothing shades of sapphire and periwinkle blue flow like ribbons in the Mistral wind and are like a salve for your mind and worries. These rich yet cool hues give you a state of ease and relief, reminiscent of dipping your toes made hot by the summer's sand into the cool waters of the Mediterranean Sea. This starry night is but a sanctuary for peace, and rather than walk in this new form your body has acquired, it is easier to just flow through time and space. You find yourself floating through the village upon the cool pre-dawn air. You gracefully glide to the heart of the town as candles and oil lanterns burn in the vibrant colors of pineapple and marigold yellow in the windows of cottages now occupied by the villagers. The cozy nature inspires a feeling of inclusiveness and safety. Some of the townspeople are awakening before the dawning of a new day, while some are burning the last of the midnight oil and ready to retire for the night. The quaintness of the cottages is felt all the more when you look at the majestic landscape of wheat fields and hills that roll like ocean waves beneath the seemingly endless sky above. The cottages are close together, like the threads of cashmere yarn in a tightly knit sweater, offering a sense of unity, intimacy, community, and warmth. You feel less alone the more that you explore, feeling the love and comfort that emanates from the light of these homes. The village is cast against hills that are like ocean waves that never crest and never break, remaining smooth and kind. Yet, while the hills are gentle and inviting, the sky and clouds appear more turbulent and reminiscent of the white crests of a stormy sea due to the legendary Mistral wind. The sky and hills play together in harmony and balance and offer a cool contrast to the warmth of the town. Among the cottages, you are safe and contained. It feels good to feel small and united with the townspeople, even as your attention keeps being drawn to the magnificent sky above. Yet, the sky calls to the individual in you, aware of your own uniqueness. You feel a curious calling to break away from the village. You glide towards the center of the village and come upon the church that would be gleaming white in the midday sun, but is now captured in brushstrokes of powder blue cast by the dark hues of the night. This image awakens you to remembering that even when things feel the same, there is always change. Even within an hour, so much can change, in colors, in light, and even in perception. If you truly tune into the present moment, you will notice all that is constantly in motion. But for that to happen, you must find stillness within. And everything will change in time, and with the dawning of a new day. It reminds you that you are never stuck, for with time, nothing may last forever. You look up to the steeple of the church that is sharp and direct, like a needle piercing the sky. Delicate, yet fierce. This contrast intrigues you, as you may be vulnerable yourself, and still strong. You feel yourself straighten, moved by the lines of the church, to stand with faith and strength, and to explore on. You are drawn to the fields, feeling independent as you make it to the rolling hills that are like majestic waves and surround the village in a protective embrace. Brushed in brilliant blues, just as your face is cast in the nightly tones, you feel at peace, and also the onset of being tired. The dreamy nature of this landscape connects you to the playfulness of being a child, rolling down hills in summer with unlimited imagination. And the more you carry on towards the hills, the more you are connected with this feeling that brings you hope and longing for a renewed sense of youth. In the spirit of Van Gogh's world, you remember what you forgot. You remember how to feel so deeply in tune with the beauty in nature as you focus on the ebbs and flows that are whimsical and dreamlike ahead. Floating towards the hills, you look to the moon, feeling closer to it than you ever have before, as you recognize Van Gogh as perched upon it, like the man in the moon. You ascend the hill, rising up and up, as you get closer to the night sky. The crescent of a moon glows like a crate of saffron, basking in sunlight at an outdoor spice market. And beneath its saturated luminosity, you roll down the hill like a child, lavishing in the sensation of the Mistral wind that blows your hair off your face. You hear the whispers of Van Gogh urging you to drift higher up and to let go of reality and embrace the fantasy of his dream. You close your eyes and surrender as the Mistral wind gains force and carries you further up, hitting the pressure points of your body and supporting and massaging you as you take flight in the night sky. You land among the stars, going deep into the heart of the biggest star, feeling resplendent with joy and peace. With Van Gogh's invitation, you are welcome among these warm orbs of illumination. They allow you to celebrate the best of you as you think of all that you have to offer and are reminded of your own inner light. You gracefully descend from the stars to land upon a cloud. The swirling cloud reminds you of soft-serve vanilla ice cream and enlivens the sense memory of it upon your palate. Once again enlivening the imagination you've always had, that once came without effort when you were a child, when you need not sleep to dream. Beneath the stars, your eyes become tired and bleary, and the centers of each star appear to be like golden hearts surrounded in halos, and you feel your own heart center as it warms in contentment, as if a candle has been lit within. And floating on the clouds, you feel yourself letting go and crossing the ethereal bridge that leads to your sleeping life, surrendering to the sensation of feeling deeply relaxed and settled in this new world that feels as familiar and inviting as an old worn-in slipper. And as you relax, you reach your hand towards the closest marigold star and feel its warmth in the palm of your hand, making a wish upon a star if that feels right. And following the warmth of that star as it shoots across the bridge to your dreaming life, as I count you down to a night of sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night.